All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I want to thank you for being with us, and thanks especially to the town of Cicero and Mayor President Dominic, who wasn't able to join us, for hosting today. Before we get started, I'd like to recognize our other elected officials and community leaders who've joined us. We hope to be joined shortly by Israel Rocha, who's head of our health and hospital system, Dr. Kiran Joshi, who's co-lead of and senior medical officer at Cook County Department of Public Health, is with us, Commissioner Frank Aguilar, Congresswoman Marie Newman, State Representative Lisa Hernandez, State Representative Michael Zalewski, Maria Punzo Arias. Close? Yes. Cicero Town Clerk, Susan Grazzini, who's Director of Cicero Health, Ray Hanania, who's a Cicero spokesperson. Who did I miss here? Mayor Lavarro of Berwyn, and Marisol Nunez, who's vaccine coordinator for CCH. I believe I got everybody. Okay. Thumbs up from Nick. I guess I'm good. It goes without saying that this pandemic has been difficult on all of us. And now we're entering our third year. It can be easy to feel discouraged. Certainly for folks on the ground, the work of vaccinating our residents is an enormous task. But with the hard work comes great pride, and we must find moments, steps in the right direction to celebrate along the way. We're excited to be here today for just that reason. Today, thanks to the efforts of Cook County Health, the Cook County Department of Public Health, our municipal partners, and community partners like Illinois Unidos, we can officially say that Cicero and Berwyn have both surpassed 70% vaccination rates throughout their communities. This is quite a milestone. We should note that the 70% figure counts all residents, including young children not ready, not able yet to get the vaccine. So this is a significant milestone. And when communities such as Cicero and Berwyn surpass this kind of milestone, we can start to feel hope that we can put this behind us, because we know that both communities were decimated by COVID prior to the availability of vaccines. One thing COVID has reminded us of is that public health affects all of us, and we need to work together and utilize community networks to be successful. So again, we thank the officials of Cicero and Berwyn for their dedication in the fight against COVID. We thank the community-based organizations, faith-based groups, volunteers, and residents who've helped make today possible. We know the work is not over. With cases rising and with a new variant out there, it's important that we ensure that everyone gets the vaccine. And if you've gotten the vaccine, go ahead and get your booster. If we all do our part, we know that we'll shortly be able to celebrate 80% vaccination rates. A healthy Cook County means that nobody is left behind or ignored, and that has always been our goal and will continue to be our goal moving forward. Now, I want to apologize, Mark Motica, who is our American Sign Language interpreter, and Blanca Vargas, who is the Democratic Committee person for Cicero, who has joined us as well. Now, I'm going to introduce Congresswoman Marie Newman. I would ask each person to introduce the person who follows you, so I don't have to run back and forth between the podium here. We're very blessed to have an effective representative in Congress, in Marie Newman. I've been to a number of press conferences with her around transportation issues. I know that's a big priority for her, and it's important to this part of our county, the Southland. 5 of the 6 major railroads pass through Cook County, and of course we have a very elaborate highway system. So we're very grateful for the presence of our Congresswoman, and please come to the podium.
Well, good morning, everyone, and happy holidays. I hope everybody is enjoying it. I know I am, and I was so pleased to see about 1 million Christmas trees when I walked in the door. It made me feel good this morning. So thank you to President Preckwinkle. I'll tell you, the first time I met Tony, I knew she meant business on public health, and boy, does she. With the partnership we have on the ground here with our great commissioners, state reps, state senators, and mayors, they have done tremendous work in this area, and this is just remarkable. So I'm so excited to be here because, as you know, as elected officials, we don't always have good news for everybody. So having a 70% vaccination rate is worthy of some cheering, right? So today, I just want to remind everybody a few things, is that the American Rescue Plan, which Congress passed in first quarter of this year, is working. This is evidence of it. This is dramatic evidence that we have gone from 0 vaccination rate to 70% inside of 10 months, 10 and a half months. So first of all, I think we all need to give each other an applause, right? Excellent work. But you know, today we have 233 million Americans that have received at least 1 dose. That's remarkable in that amount of time. And thanks to those vaccines, we're getting on top of other health needs that we critically need to take care of. I will encourage you, as President Preckwinkle do, if you have not gotten your vaccines or if you have not gotten your booster, it is available everywhere. You can go to the county's website and you can get access immediately. So please do that if you need it. The other great thing about this, and this is critically important, is that when we are all vaccinated, the good news is we can take care of other health problems that are critical. So public health is not just our vaccines and getting on top of the coronavirus and its variants. It is also to make sure that we can take care of everybody's health care and create health care equity across this area. And then lastly, I will make a couple of points around the importance of crushing the virus. We are all in this together. The virus does not know if you are a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent. We are all working together as a team in America to crush this virus. We also are turning our attention to the world because guess what? If we don't crush this virus in the world, we are not going to crush it here in America. So through Congress's work as well as the administration's work, we are working on delivering needed vaccines to the entire world, and that is going to be a priority for all of us. So please know that. And then I'm just going to make one more appeal before I leave the podium, and I will say, please, please, if you need help getting a vaccine or a booster, please don't hesitate to contact any of these amazing folks that I work with all the time behind you or my office. We're all ready, willing, and able to help you. So please get vaccinated now. It is my great pleasure to announce Mike Zalewski, our representative from the area.
Thank you, Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. I'll be brief. Congratulations to the leadership of Berwyn and Cicero and the Cook County Department of Public Health, President Preckwinkle and her team. We're here today because of the collaboration between the Cook County and the local governments. Strong leadership inspires strong results, and Township Supervisor Avila, Mayor Lavero, President Dominic, President Preckwinkle, their team, along with us, getting the word out, getting everybody into the clinics, getting everybody a shot, getting everybody their second shot, along with now their booster is critical. And to have a 70% rate in a region like Cicero and Berwyn is just a testament to leadership. So thank you. Please, everybody, get your booster to the extent you can get your 5 and 11 to 11-year-olds their doses. Please do that. And have a good holiday, have a safe holiday. I'll now introduce my leader in Springfield, who has been a champion for this region for a long time, Leader Lisa Hernandez.
Good morning. Thank you, Representative.
Good morning.
70%, that says it. It's very telling of the type of partnership that is occurring within this community, and we must continue doing that. It's not over. I do want to in particularly thank the Latino Unidos organization, who's been extremely instrumental in reaching those Latino communities, but I have to emphasize language matters. And so with their efforts, I think that we've been even stronger in bringing those numbers up. So I want to just give a shout out to all the elected here, President Dominic for his great efforts, and I plead with the community, get your vaccination. get that booster. Thank you. And I will introduce Commissioner Aguilar.
Thank you, Representative. And as President Preckwinkle said, it starts at the local levels. I want to commend and thank Mayor Berwyn, Bobby Lavero, and President Larry Dominic of Cicero for their effort in working with all levels of government to make sure that our community gets vaccinated. Como dijo la presidenta Tony Preckwinkle, que empieza a nivel local, trabajando con los alcaldes Bobby Lavero de Berwyn y el presidente de Cicero, Larry Dominic, trabajar con grupos comunitarios para lograr esta meta de vacunar. Por favor, es importante que se vacunen. Muchas gracias. And, the next person is the Cicero Town of spokesperson, Lorraine Hanania.
Thank you. President Dominic asked me to say on his behalf that he appreciates all of the work that and support that we got from Cook County and from Tony Preckwinkle. We hosted over 4 dozen events over the past 2 years for vaccinations at our health clinic, which is right across the plaza. We've done thousands and thousands of vaccinations. They're still doing them today. We have a great staff. Our Health Commissioner, Sue Grazzini, they've been overworked doing this, but we keep encouraging everybody, please come in. For the sake of not talking too much, I just want to say that the President really does appreciate, where is Tony? Right here. Oh, there you are. He really does so appreciate all the support you've given us. Funding, staff, links, and that's on behalf of all the officials here in the town of Cicero. So thank you. So let me bring up Maria Punzo Arias, the town clerk.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Just wanted to once again reiterate what everyone else has said. It's a wonderful day for the Ciceronians and the Berwyn residents here in the town of Cicero. 70% of people that have gotten at least 1 or 2 vaccines. That's a great milestone. None of this would have been possible without the support of our state officials. Tony Preckwinkle, our governor, thank you for your support. I strongly believe in teamwork, and part of the success here in the town of Cicero is that we reached out not only to the clergy committee, a lot of non-for-profits that helped spread the word, but I think our health director, Sue Grazzini, did a marvelous job here in making sure that she had proper staff to get this job done. So once again, on behalf of Town President Larry Dominic and the Board of Trustees, I want to thank each and every one of you, both at the local and state level. Thank you.
We would like to welcome our mayor for Berwyn, Bobby Lavaro.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm standing here with our health district president, David Avila, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself as well as our town president here in Cicero, Larry Dominic, by saying that if it's not for the work of our health district, Sue Grazzini, David Avila, and all those parties that are doing the inoculations, doing the vaccines, we wouldn't be where we're at today. Our township health district is now doing home visits to vaccinate the people that cannot make it out. So we're doing a tremendous job, and it's all due to the hard work for our health districts and the cooperation that we received from the state and the county. And I thank everybody, and let's just keep on going. Thank you. At this point, I would like to introduce Israel Rocha.
Good morning, everybody. Today we stand here to celebrate both communities for surpassing 70% of residents receiving 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Cook County Health has administered more than 918,000 vaccine doses. More than 58,000 doses have been administered out of our clinics at Morton East and North Riverside. Those numbers of the successes of the vaccine sites are a testament to both the tireless work of so many people here today, the commitment of the residents of Berwyn and Cicero in protecting their healthcare communities, and everyone who stepped forward to be a community hero by getting a vaccine. Countless individuals have been here, boots on the ground, getting people the information that they need to feel confident in the vaccine. And everyone across different communities, whether it was our local leadership here or whether it was our community, our county, our state, everyone working together shows what can be successful when we all dedicate to one mission. We have continued to call on people to get vaccinated, especially as we hope to end the pandemic as soon as we can by ensuring that we reach that all goal of herd immunity throughout the community. You have recognized your role in stopping the spread of the virus, and we need your help to protect our loved ones, your neighbors, and those that are most vulnerable. Your dedication to making sure that we continue the work ahead and the education that needs to happen to ensure that everyone gets vaccinated, especially in the areas hardest hit by COVID-19, is incredibly important. While today is a huge celebration for a huge accomplishment, 70%, almost reaching that very precious milestone of herd immunity, which they say happens at about 80% of the community. Every day we get closer and closer to making sure that Cicero and Berwyn would hopefully be immune from any further variants of the COVID-19. We must keep reaching out to those who remain unvaccinated. People who have not gotten their second dose should. If you haven't gotten it, if you haven't gotten your booster, please make plans to do so. The vaccines remain effective and extremely essential to making sure that you protect yourself and your family from getting COVID-19. The new Omicron variant is spreading, and while we still do not know enough about it, it seems to spread more easily. We cannot let our guard down. While it is a celebration, there is work ahead, and we challenge everyone to renew our efforts to ensure that we continue to get the rest of the remaining doses to be fully inoculated or to get your boosters. The milestone is a symbol of what we can accomplish when we work together. Let's keep this critical work going. Let's ensure that we have a renewed energy to pull through the pandemic. And in this season of giving, let's make sure that what we give most is freedom from COVID-19. Unas pocas palabras en español. Gracias aquí para todos para celebrar nuestro festivo que más de 60% de nuestra comunidad ha agarrado una vacuna. Es un día muy especial para las comunidades aquí en Berwyn y Cicero. Me gustaría reconocer el liderazgo de la presidenta Preckwinkle, los representantes Zaleski y Hernandez, comisionado Aguilar y los oficios de Cicero y Berwyn por su apoyo y por luchar para asegurar que todos los residentes que querían una vacuna pudieran ganar la vacuna aquí en nuestras comunidades. Nosotros dijimos que la salud de nuestra comunidad comienza aquí en nuestras comunidades para poder ser lo fácil y accesible. Y eso es lo que pasó aquí en nuestra comunidad. Nuestros gobiernos del federal, del estado, del condado y de las ciudades aquí trabajando juntos para asegurar la salud de nuestra comunidad. También me gustaría agradecer el distrito Escobar de la secundaria J. Sterling Burton. El distrito ha hecho todo lo posible para demostrar a la comunidad la importancia de vacunación y proporcionarnos con Cook County Health a amplio espacio y recursos para vacunar a los estudios y los miembros de nuestra comunidad aquí en Warden East High School. Ese trabajo es muy especial y aquí estamos para poder decir que es un día muy especial, pero todavía tenemos trabajo adelante. Necesitamos que toda la gente que no han ganado una vacuna, que por favor hagan su plan para poder ganar la vacuna. Si no han ganado su booster, ese es el tiempo para poder hacer sus planes para ganar el booster. Tenemos mucho trabajo adelante y en este días de festiva, si es Feliz Navidad o si es cualquier celebrar de nuestros holiday season que hacen, lo que podemos hacer más mejor para nuestras familias es tomar nuestra vacuna. Muchas gracias. Es un día muy especial aquí en las comunidades de Cicero y Berwyn y estamos muy agradecidos para poder estar con ustedes en este día especial. Muchas gracias.
Dr. Kiran Joshi, who's co-lead of our Cook County Department of Public Health.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Madam President, Mr. Rocha, and thank you to everyone here. We are here today to celebrate what I think is a really phenomenal achievement for these two communities of Berwyn and Cicero. to have hit that 70% milestone for first doses, it's really kind of unfathomable if you were to think back to where we were a year ago. So as per Representative Newman's comments and Madam President's, I really just want to give everyone here a huge round of applause for all the incredible hard work that was put in by the governments of the respective towns, their residents, and in particular, many community-based organizations who worked tirelessly to do the yeoman's work of making sure that their residents were vaccinated. In particular, Illinois Unidos has just done tremendous work. So again, I think it's really important to celebrate here. Now, with that note of celebration, I think comes a note of caution. Everyone here is aware that there is a new variant of COVID-19 called the Omicron variant that appears to be spreading rapidly in South Africa and now in the United States. So more important than ever to get vaccinated. Let me say that again. In very clear terms, millions and millions of people in the United States, millions and millions of people across the world have gotten vaccinated. We know with very good certainty that the vaccine is safe, it's effective, it will keep you out of the hospital, it will keep you out of the funeral home, and it will also keep your loved ones safe. It will also keep your community safe. As was mentioned earlier, we're all in this together, and only acting together can we get back to a point where we can open our society back up again. So get vaccinated. If you haven't had your booster, get boosted. Everyone 18 years of age and older is eligible at this point. Wear a mask, wash your hands. If you're going to travel and visit family in this holiday season, if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated before you travel. If you're not vaccinated, I would highly recommend that you not travel. If you insist, please get tested a day before you go. And when you return, get tested 3 to 5 days afterwards. Again, it takes all of us acting together to keep each other safe. Thank you.
Marisol Nunez, who is the COVID vaccine program coordinator for Cook County Health.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Marisol Nunez, and I'm the COVID vaccine program leader for Cook County's Health Ambulatory Community Health and Clinic Manager. It has been a privilege to work in and serve this community as we battle the COVID-19 pandemic. We have worked hard to provide broad access to COVID-19 vaccinations across the western suburbs, including through our health centers in North Riverside and Morton East High School here in Cicero. During the pandemic, our community has shown up. We have banded together from sharing important information to keep our loved ones and neighbors safe to encouraging those around us to get vaccinated. The strength of our community is on display here today as we celebrate Cicero and Berwyn's milestone of having vaccine rates above 70%. It has been amazing to see the community's reaction to the vaccine being available. Every time a new tier opened or a new age group was approved, we would get waves of people coming in for their shots. We have had entire families coming in together to get vaccinated. The day the Pfizer vaccine was approved for younger children, we had a family with 4 kids ages 5 to 11 get vaccinated. Their parents were so relieved that not only their kids could get their shots, but that they could come to our health center right in their neighborhood for easy access to vaccines in a culturally competent manner. Many of our staff live in the same communities that we are serving, Cicero, Berwyn, and North Riverside. Most are bilingual, caring for the patients in the language they are most comfortable with. They can answer questions and allay concerns. They are part of this community. I also have to thank our community not only for trusting us with their health and when we say to get vaccinated, but for the support. During the pandemic and when the National Guard was at our health centers providing vaccines, every weekend we would have different groups of people bringing in food or treats. That is taking care of each other. Congratulations to the residents and leaders of Cicero and Berwyn for this achievement. We are proud to be your partners in health and thank you for all that you do. Unas pocas palabras en español. Hola, mi nombre es Marisol Núñez, líder del programa de vacunación contra COVID para la Red de Salud Comunitaria Ambulatoria de Cook County Health y directora de la clínica. Ha sido un privilegio trabajar y servir esta comunidad mientras luchamos contra la pandemia causada por COVID-19. Hemos trabajado arduamente para brindar un amplio acceso a las vacunas contra el COVID-19 en los suburbios del oeste, incluyendo nuestros centros de salud en North Riverside y Morton East High School aquí en Cicero. Durante la pandemia, nuestra comunidad ha sido presente. Nos hemos unido desde compartir información importante para mantener seguros a nuestros seres queridos y vecinos hasta alentar a quienes nos rodean a vacunarse. La fortaleza de nuestra comunidad se muestra aquí hoy mientras celebramos los hitos de Cicero y Berwyn de tener vacunaciones superior 70%. Ha sido amoroso ver la reacción de la comunidad a las vacunas disponibles. Cada vez que se abría un nuevo grupo para vacunas o se aprobaba un nuevo grupo de edad, recibíamos oleadas de personas que entraban a nuestras clínicas para sus vacunas. Teníamos familias enteras que vienen juntas para vacunarse. El día que se aprobó la vacuna de Pfizer para los niños más pequeños, teníamos familias con 4 niños de 5 a 11 años de edad que se vinieron a vacunar. Sus padres se sentían tan aliviados de que no solo sus hijos pudieron recibir sus vacunas, sino que también pudieron venir a nuestro centro de salud justo en su vecindario para recibir las vacunas en una manera culturalmente competente. Muchas de nuestros personal viven en la misma comunidad que están sirviendo, Cicero, Berwyn y North Riverside. La mayoría de nuestros empleados son bilingües y atienden a los pacientes en el idioma con el que se sienten más cómodos. Pueden responder preguntas y disipar son parte de la comunidad. También tengo que agradecer a nuestra comunidad no solo por confiar su salud y cuando decimos vacunarse, sino para su apoyo. Durante la pandemia y cuando la Guardia Nacional estaba en nuestros centros de salud, cada fin de semana teníamos diferentes grupos que entregaban comida para nosotros. Esto es la comunidad. Felicidades a los residentes y líderes de Cicero y Berwyn por este logro. Estamos orgullosos de ser sus socios en salud y les agradecemos todo lo que han hecho. Gracias.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Nice to see you again. 2% and 4%? Oh. I'm going to ask Dr. Joshi to come forward. But let me just say, we've been challenged in our communities of color in persuading people that vaccinations are critical. 52 and 54, I think, reflect both vaccines. All right, I'm going to ask Dr. Joshi to speak to this because I don't know this as well, okay?
Thanks for raising that. There's no question that we have challenges in terms of vaccine uptake in communities of color. There are many reasons for this. First, we know that communities of color have disproportionately been impacted by things like being able to access health care pre-pandemic, right? So it should come as no surprise that there are challenges accessing health care during the pandemic. This is why we have worked so diligently with our community-based partners to be out in the community and ensure that we're, as the Public Health Department for Cook County, being that bridge, right? So that's the access issue. There's also in certain populations a well understood and I think justifiable mistrust in the healthcare system, in the medical system. I can't tell you, pardon me, over the years, how many patients I've had approach me and say, "Doc, I don't want you experimenting on me." It's gonna take time and effort to overcome that mistrust. For example, we know that it can take up to 18 contacts, 20 conversations, individual conversations with a patient to convince them to get COVID. So let me be clear, those are explanations, not excuses. We are committed to ensuring equitable vaccine access. We know it's gonna take time, and we're gonna be relentless in making sure that everyone has it. Thank you.
I don't have the specific numbers with respect to any type of ethnicity who have gotten the shots. All I know is that our community has been very active in proposing getting the vaccinations through our health departments. David, can you answer that a little better for me?
Yeah, so as we know from the census, Berwyn is 64% Hispanic. Through collaboration with Mayor Livero and the Chicago or the Berwyn Fire Department, we have been doing a lot of home visits, a lot more. I think we were one of the first cities in the state to do home visits, and so I think that's been a big, been great as far as where we're at as far as 73% vaccination in Berwyn.
When you talk about 71% of people being vaccinated in the town of Cicero, you're talking about a community that has 85% Hispanic, an 85,000 population, plus an additional 30,000 undocumented residents. Now, we do not distinguish between documented and undocumented residents, and we provided vaccinations to everybody. They're working nonstop. So we are processing every person who comes in. Nobody's been turned away. Part of our message is to overcome the fear that was mentioned earlier. When people do anything, they feel that somehow if they're undocumented, there's a risk, but we can assure them there is absolutely no risk whatsoever, that they can come in, get their vaccination, they will be treated with complete respect, and we know these numbers, there's no magic number. This is what's important about what we've seen, and again, with the support of the county, is a steady increase, and it has continually increased steadily. We're on our way to 100%. It's not going to happen overnight.
I think it would be foolish not to celebrate progress that we've made. Clearly, we've acknowledged the challenges. I think Dr. Joshi was quite detailed in his explanation of the challenges we faced and the progress we're making. No, I'm grateful to the local leaders in Cicero and Berwyn for their collaboration and cooperation with the county, Department of Health and Department of Public Health to make this happen. We've got a long way to go, but we made progress, and we ought to celebrate that progress. Give it to you. Thank you.
All right. On time, I know you're on. Do you have a question? Yes. What is so special about 70%? Why particularly is that exact number something to celebrate?
All right, the question is, why is 70% a Milestone To Celebrate. Well, it means more than 2/3 of our people have been vaccinated. I mean, that's a real accomplishment, as was pointed out, in less than a year. I got my vaccine in January. The first vaccines were jabbed into people's arms in December. Our healthcare workers began in December of last year to get their vaccination. So this is a real accomplishment in a relatively short period of time. And so I'm grateful for all the good work that's been done to help us achieve this goal.
Anything else, Jason? No, thank you. All right, now we have Craig Dellamore from WBBM on. Want to go, Craig? Thank you, and good afternoon, Madam President.
Good afternoon, Craig.
The first question is just sort of a status check. What is the vaccine acceptance right now among healthcare workers in Cook County? Because that had been an issue for a little while.
All right, Israel, if you could talk about vaccine acceptance among healthcare workers in Cook County. That's Craig's question.
Great. We're very pleased to announce that at Cook County Health and across all our divisions, we have over 98.5% of our employees who have received their vaccination series. As you recall, we announced in the press that we were going to be mandating vaccinations as part of our Cook County Health because we felt it was the right thing to do. We did so before there was a federal mandate. We did so because it's the right steps to take forward and to demonstrate to the community that as healthcare providers, we believe that this is a right step and we create a healthy environment for people to come and seek care. And so at 98.5%, we are very happy where we're at. And of course, we have some individuals who are on leave and others that as they return, we will hit that 100% and we expect that to be very soon. Thank you.
Yeah, one more question, and that is, we are hearing a lot of talk this week about the Omicron variant, but how are we faring against the Delta variant that is still among us? I mean, is that still the real threat in this area?
All right, Dr. Joshi, the question is, we've been hearing a lot about Omicron, but is Delta still the big threat in our area?
Thanks, Craig, for that question. I think that's a trenchant observation. So about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago perhaps, we started to experience another surge, surge 4, if you will. That surge plateaued, peaked, and we started to see a downtrend. Just a few weeks ago, we started to see the numbers go back up again, but that baseline never really got down to a level at which many of us were comfortable. So you can think of it as a surge on top of a surge, all due to Delta, partially due to the fall, indoor gatherings, the holidays, and so forth. So one of our deepest worries is going into the holiday season now. We're in a surge on top of a surge. We have this new variant coming, and it's very concerning. I want to be clear about that. And it is mostly Delta. 99% of the variants that we sequence in suburban Cook County are Delta. So just more reason to, again, follow the good public health advice that we have been issuing since the very beginning of this pandemic, which is to watch your distance, wash your hands, wear a mask, and of course, get vaccinated. Thank you.